dead already. So as I said, my name's Kirsten, and thanks for coming all the way from Fredericksburg.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
This interview should last about 10-15 minutes. I could live with my views.
Okay.
Probably less. So please stop me at any time if you have any questions during the interview.
Okay.
So you guys ready?
Sure. We are ready to go. Let's do it.
Okay, so how did you guys come up with the name Elisium?
Well,
that's a long story.
Well, I'll keep it as short as I can. Elisium with a Y is Greek for like Nirvana or heaven, where you would go if you were a valiant person during your life. And Nirvana was one of our big influences when we started a band, so we thought we would kind of pay homage to that with the name Elisium. And trademark issue actually made us change the Y to an I, so Elisium was the product of a trademark dispute. But now it's way cooler, so we have this new word we can define for ourselves. So we kind of say Elisium is where, you know, music takes you to a part of your life and those moments come together. So that's what Elisium is about, I think, to us. So.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So what do you guys play in the band?
I play bass and do backup vocals, and this guy does the guitar and the lead singing. So, yeah. Unfortunately, our drummer couldn't make it.
Yeah, our drummer is delivering pizzas today, because that's what we do when we're not touring, is try to make as much money as we can to support future tours. So he's delivering pizzas right now. So Junior, wherever you are, keep up the good work.
All right.
Hungry people need you.
So I see you guys just went on tour.
That's right.
Came back from it. What is your favorite thing about being on tour?
Wow. I would say just the freedom to actually do what we love doing. I mean, this is just going on tour and playing music in front of fans is what we've, you know, grown up wanting to do for the rest of our lives. So the ability to actually get out there and do it and make it a real thing is what really drives it for me.
I think being on tour is like the most fun we've ever had as a band. It really is. And if you're in a band and you're not touring, you know, you're missing out on a huge, great time, great bonding experience, you know, and just an ability to meet people that you would never have exposure to. So get money together and tour bands.
Yes.
Do it.
I see you guys went all over the East Coast and probably a little bit farther out. So, what was your favorite place and why to perform?
Reading, PA.
Reading,
yes,
PA was cool.
Actually, it was like the second show of the tour. But great venue. We played at a place called the Silo in Reading, PA. Real responsive venue, decent crowd, amazing stage. They took really good care of us, so we had a lot of fun there. That's the main problem with DIY touring, is that some shows, you know, sound awesome, and then you get there and they end up being horrible clubs, you know. So it's really hard to decipher those, you know, going into the thing. But
Philly was cool.
Philly was cool.
Doc Watson,
a lot of fun
in Philly. It was like a Tuesday night. It was some radios, big night there, WMMR or whatever, and they promoted the heck out of the show, and there was a lot of people in there for a Tuesday night, which is, you know, you never know middle of the week what you're going to get, but it was a good time. Definitely look forward to going back there.
So, when was your band formed?
97, long ago. 1997 sounds about right. Yeah, so that's like 12 years, isn't it? Been through a few members since then, but we're a 3-piece now. We were a 4-piece then. You know, so a few changes lead us to where you are, but everything happens for a reason. So, long time, over a decade. All right, all right.
How many tours have you guys been on so far?
Official tours too, like DIY style, weekend warrior style shows. I probably couldn't even count. We've done a lot of that stuff. But official tours, like 2+ weeks, we do. Unfortunately, like we were saying earlier, we got into doing the touring thing kind of late. Yeah, you know, late in our careers. We should have started a couple of years ago. That's just
Get out there and do it.
Gotta get out there and do it. Get out there.
So, how long have each of you been playing your instruments?
I think I played the guitar for like 2 or 3 years before the band.
Yeah.
So probably 15 years guitar, and singing the whole time, because, you know, it was no fun to just play the guitar. So, and you probably been...
I started playing the guitar in middle school, 6th grade, and I picked up the bass in high school. So I've been playing bass for probably almost 10 years now. But yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Wouldn't change anything for the world.
What is your favorite thing about playing your instrument, and why?
Very poignant.
I know, right? These are good questions. We did not get to see these before the interview.
I would say my favorite thing about playing the bass, coming from being a guitarist, is it gives me the ability to kind of branch into both the percussive and the stringed instrument worlds. Bass is a lot more percussive than guitar in that aspect. It matches up with drums, you know, and so it's kind of a cohesive thing. And just the ability to bring both of those worlds together, the guitar and the bass stuff, is what I really like.
I like girls.
All right.
Play the guitar, sing,
Nice.
girls. It's good.
Everybody's got their.
No. I think just the chance to do what I love for a living would be awesome. That's really what playing the guitar is fantastic. It's a great thing to do, and you can actually make a career out of it if you work hard enough and get really, really lucky. So.
What is the difference between the genres you listened to as a kid and growing up and now?
Great question.
Wow.
Great question. I used to listen to Ace of Base and Michael Bolton and all that, like just pop stuff, my parents' music, you know, and all the while with a little Guns N' Roses in there, some AC/DC, some stuff for some, you know, some good foundations. But yeah, really lame music until Nirvana came along and snapped me out of that. Like, you were a little different. You got
Yeah, so, you know, I started with the same roots and stuff. I got into a lot of the heavier stuff though in middle school. Kind of, I guess, the goth-esque music. But really a little bit of everything. I mean, if it's got talent and a drive and a goal behind it, then it's good music, in my opinion. It doesn't matter what the genre is.
Who writes the lyrics in your band?
I do. Yeah. I mean, really, collectively, the music is very much a group effort. But lyrically, it's pretty much my stuff. And we'll start off with like gibberish kind of, you know, sounds, and they form into lyrics and stuff as the song comes together. So it's interesting to kind of watch them grow sometimes, not know what to expect, and get some cool stuff out of them.
Do any of you guys do any solo projects?
I wouldn't say solo projects. We do an acoustic thing on the side. We do Elisium Unplugged, where it's just we basically do our electric songs acoustically. And we do it you know, it's really just kind of for local bars and stuff like that around town, and little places where the band can't really play, but they still want us to come out and do our show. It gives us the ability to do that.
So, how many venues did you perform at on tour?
17. Yeah, I think it was 17.
17 straight.
A little bit over 2 weeks, and actually it was one less because we showed up to a club in New York City. And we couldn't park the van, we couldn't load the gear in. You know, we drive, it's a van and a trailer, it's big. And Chinatown, we didn't know what to expect. Chinatown is nasty. The streets are one way and they're packed with cars, and we couldn't stop because they, you know, keep going. We couldn't park, we couldn't load in, so we couldn't play. It was a real bummer. We were excited, we paid the tolls to get into the city and couldn't play the show. So 16 days.
Yeah.
So what was the worst thing about being on tour?
Lack of sleep and hanging out with a bunch of dudes in a van for extreme weeks.
Not knowing where the next clean bathroom is going to be is kind of a bummer.
When you get your next shower.
Because you don't always eat the best tour food, you know, and sometimes you just have to go, and it's not the best conditions.
Does that affect your playing at all?
I think it adds to the experience a little bit, honestly, because almost the more adversity that you go through, the more real it seems, you know, that you're out there. And if everything was great and we were on a big tour bus and there's red carpets everywhere, you know, we wouldn't feel like we were earning it, I think.
And that's kind of the point of DIY touring, is to get out there and do it, you know, regardless of what the circumstances are, what the pitfalls are, what the great highlights are, you know, getting out there and just ruggedizing yourself.